refuses to be categorized, the podcast. My queens, how are you all? I hope you're all doing beautifully well. I am, of course, on school run, the much, much shorter school run. That's why you don't really get as many podcasts with me these days. It is my eldest daughter's 13th birthday today. Holy macaroni. I can't quite believe it that we've made it. We did it. We made a teenager. Oh, great skill. And I just feel so fucking lucky because I've gotten to love this kid for, 13 plus years. And she's just a fucking joy. She's an absolute joy to know. And she's so funny and she's wise and thoughtful. And I know that parents aren't supposed to be friends with their kids. I don't know. Is that the fucking thing? Yes, I'll have boundaries with my kid, and yes, we, I guide her and stuff like that, but I genuinely do feel like my kids, I'm mates with my kids. I enjoy their company, and I hope they also enjoy mine a lot. So I just feel fucking grateful, and I feel so grateful to have had that kid, especially as my first. She's just been such an awesome big sister to her little sister, and I don't know, I'm just over the top adoration of her, just absolutely obsessed. And I'm obsessed with both my kids, and I'm just particularly obsessed on my eldest kid this day, because what a fucking honor it is to get to know her. So they had an awesome birthday party last weekend. Both my daughters have birthdays in March, and we don't always have birthday parties. We celebrate just as a little family, but we don't always have birthday parties with their friends. But this year I was like, yeah, let's do it. And they had another combined birthday party, and we went to Noosa Valley Manor, which is where I get when I do my video shoot, where I went for my birthday party, where I've had photo shoots as well. I just love being there. I love the whole aura of the space, and I love the owners, Renata and Roberto. And Renata is the most gorgeous artist, and so she ran a workshop for all of the girls, and they got to do these beautiful kind of embellished things with their initials on it, and I can't even explain it. It was just so freaking magical, man. So freaking magical. And then the kids just ran amok in the rainforest, and that was perfection. And when some of the parents turned up, a bunch of best friends all went and ran hid in the rainforest, and they kept on yelling, "We're not here! We don't even exist! Just go home already and leave us here!" So that's a nice sign that they they adore the place just as much as we do. So that's really sweet. We're nearly at school holidays. Hooray, hooray. These school holidays, we're going to, we've hired a holiday house for a few days on the canals on a river, and it's just so beautiful. We went there to the same house at summertime, and we just loved it so much. It's only 20 minutes from our house, but it feels like living a completely different life. And also I love not having to go far for holidays. 20 minutes is fucking tops, guys. I highly recommend the experience. But we've done it. We finally done a term, and this is our first term at mainstream school. And it's definitely had little bumps, just as starting any new school has, but I'm really grateful the way that it's going, and I'm really grateful about how the school has dealt with some things that have happened, and I have a lot of trust in them. And I think I'm still healing as well from the experiences I had last year. And I don't know if I don't know how much I've said publicly about this. We were at an alternative school, and there'd always been some issues, but they kind of reached fever pitch in the last 6 months of the last year, and it was fucking traumatic. It was fucking traumatic and just an absolute shit show. And I felt like I was really, like, for 6 months just fretting about whether to send my kids to school every day or not. And it really sucked. It took a lot of energy, and I just had zero trust at all in the school that we were at. Zero trust that they would listen and respond and take action on things that need to be taken action on, and, you know, tell the fucking truth, because we just got gaslit so many times. And it was a really awful experience, and I'm grateful for the experiences that we have had here, because when some things bubbled up, the school dealt with it in such a respectful and clear way, and with real integrity, and that's been very healing. I think it's going to take a long time for me to heal from what we went through, though. Particularly the way that I kind of allowed myself to be abused. I know that I did it because, I thought it was the right thing to do, and that I just wanted the kids to be happy and all that kind of stuff in their school. And I thought that was the right decision, but I really let myself be gaslit and be abused, and I tried to not ignore it for as long as I could until I couldn't anymore. So fuck toxic situations. That's what I say. Just fuck them. Yeah. So I'm really thrilled with how my girls are blooming and turning into them even more of themselves. And it's just a really sweet time. And I'm also just super busy with my work. I've got a launch to wrap up before we go on school holidays. And I'm just working on putting so many amazing services and resources and templates and programs and guest experts into the Brilliant Biz and Life Academy. It's still under $100 a year. It's now got over $5,000 worth of value in it, which is just incredible. And really what I want to do is just kind of revolutionize the whole kind of coaching industry and info product industry, in that I want this to be the number one spot for entrepreneurs who want to grow their business. And they're like, of course I'm going to be a part of it. Of course I'm going to be a member, because I get so much out of it for such a tiny amount of money. I just don't want people to have to go into debt to be able to afford the knowledge they need in order to grow their business and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm really excited about that. The doors for enrollments do close at the end of next week, though. So if you have ever considered it, go check it out, leoniedawson.com/academy. I'm really thrilled with what we're making there. And it's just going to get better and better and better. It's so great. Books. What have I been reading lately? I haven't been reading as much as I usually like, but I am reading a Emma Thick, I think her last name is, and it is a graphic memoir travelogue of her doing the Trans-Siberian Railway. I always fucking love graphic, anything that's got letters and drawing in it, yes, sign me the fuck up. But I also have a special joy in my heart for graphic memoirs that are also travelogues. It's just magic. It's just magic. I love Susan Branch's book about going to England. If she could just go to every country in the world and write her little memoirs about it, that'd be beyond. But I think she probably only just do it about England, because she is a Anglophile, totally. So obsessed, and I love it, and I will read everything she ever writes. I just finished Raina Wynn's book, her third book, called Landlines, and that was really beautiful. But everything by Raina Wynn is really beautiful. It's all of her books, The Salt Path, her second book, which I can't remember, and then the third book, Landlines. they are all so potent and so magic, and basically they follow the story of her and her husband, who she absolutely adores, and he is diagnosed with a degenerative condition, and doing these really long walks tends to make a massive difference to his health and longevity. So I'll just read everything she ever writes, really. I've got a very soft spot in my heart for Raina Wynn. That's really where I'm at, guys. I feel like I've got lots and lots happening. I'm working in such a more intense and focused way than I have in years. Not necessarily like adding a huge amount more hours or anything like that, because you all know I love a 10-hour work week, but really just birthing creation after creation to put into the academy, and that feels really good and really exciting. Okay, my queens, I need to go get my children and go love them up. Oh, one last thing. I just got the coolest package arrived today. I ordered something called the Baja Wombat, and it is basically this massive oversized bean bag that doesn't have beans in it. It has memory foam pellets, and it's like a sensory kind of pod, and it provides much more regulation for sensory processing disorder stuff. It doesn't make that same noise either that they do with bean bags, and it's so fucking soft. So I've already unpacked it, and you got to kind of pull apart all the foam a bit, because it's all kind of vacuum sealed so that they can send it in a much smaller box, because the Baja Wombat is fucking massive. Anyway, so I've pulled it all apart and ready for the girls to check out when I go home, but I've already rolled up in it, and I immediately wanted to go to sleep, and so that is a good sign that it is nice on the senses. We love that. We love that for us. Okay, my queens, so good to have a quick catch up. I want to do this more often, but whether I get time, we'll see. We'll see. All right, I love you all. You've got this. You can make magic happen. I'm here for you. Okay, bye.